The stunning new report on that flight that vanished, killing all 228 passengers and crew on board. Tonight, 3 years later, authorities are now convinced the plane could have been saved by the three pilots. 20 seconds before impact, they still could have turned that Air France jet around. Those passengers might never have known they were hurtling toward the ocean because of the way the jet was coming down. And this evening, Air France and the plane's manufacturer, Airbus, are now facing manslaughter charges. Our aviation consultant, John Nance, a veteran pilot, is standing by with how this could change the training for every pilot. And we asked tonight, are pilots too dependent on their computers, on their autopilot? But first, the moments that flight disappeared from the sky. Today's report finally answering what happened to Air France Flight 447, a fatal combination of mechanical failure and devastating human error. 3.5 hours into the fateful flight, the captain takes a scheduled break. The two co-pilots are suddenly in charge. The Airbus A330 heading into a thunderstorm. Suddenly, the plane's pitot tubes, sensors that read airspeed, fail. They've iced up. ABC's Elizabeth Vargas went to an A330 flight simulator to recreate what happened next.
The autopilot disconnects.
The autopilot disconnects. There's a warning. The aircraft is now in my control.
Now the plane is in the hands of the least experienced pilot on board. He mistakenly thinks the plane is nose down, so he pulls it up. Precisely the wrong thing to do. The plane starts stalling, essentially stopping in midair. Warnings go off. Stall. The two co-pilots call for the captain 6 times. It takes him more than a minute to return to the cockpit. He finds utter confusion. What's happening, he asks. I don't know what's happening, a co-pilot answers. The plane is now plummeting at 120 miles an hour. But it's falling like a leaf, nose up. The 216 passengers may not have even noticed what was happening because of the way the plane was descending.
Now we're going down, right?
Yes. Stall.
In the cockpit, the co-pilots are now trying to fly the plane in opposite directions.
3 seconds before impact, we hear pilot Robert say, "Oh my God, we're going to crash. I can't believe it."
You're not really contemplating the idea that this could end badly.
And so I want to bring in ABC's aviation consultant, veteran pilot John Nance. And John, you and I were talking. This sounds like mass confusion in the cockpit. They were relying on computers until the final seconds, and then they were doing opposite actions. Is this going to change the way pilots are trained?
David, it has to change the way pilots are trained, and not just in the Airbus, really worldwide. We've got to go back to basics. They had the instruments right in front of them. They could have told them exactly what to do, but they didn't know how to look at it, and that's unacceptable.
And stunning that they could have saved the flight perhaps with just seconds left?
I think down to the last 20 or 30 seconds it was recoverable. Certainly within 45 seconds it was. All they had to do was push forward, go maximum power, and they would have flown right out of that stall. But they didn't know it because they were in such confusion.
All right, John Nance, I know you've been following this case for years. We appreciate your insight.